Hey everybody, I'm KK.
I'm Kristen.
Together we are K&K Crochet. Welcome back to our channel. We appreciate you coming in to see us again. Today we're going to talk about our WIPS and our faux and maybe a little bit of other stuff. We'll see how long the video gets. So first of all, let's talk about finished objects. Let me see if I can show you a picture. I don't know. I should have planned a little better. Hold on one second. First of all, let me see if I can show you. We have a new logo. Hopefully you can see. There we go. We thought it was time to get rid of the Santa Claus at the top of our page, although I'd like to keep it. But this is our new logo. The pink heart is for me with the crochet hooks, and the teal heart is for Kristen with knitting needles, because we all know she knits. And then we thought hearts were symbolic for being kind, which we always tell everybody they need to be kind to each other. And then looking for a finished object so I can show you. Alright, so one second. It's not a complete picture because I can't get it all in the thing like I need to, but focus, 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 focus. There we go. Which Way Filet is finished. The rectangle version for my mother-in-law. And I don't have a really good picture. We tried, but it turned out to be 50 inches wide by 52 inches long. So that's pretty much, I think that's a good throw size for her to be able to use. So I'm glad that's over and done with. So that means that that is a Christmas present that is finished for her. And then we're going to talk about WIPS. I had to think for a minute. WIPS, faux, nose, you know, we talked the other day about nose, things you're never going to do again. Yep. So this was probably a no, or at least I thought it was a no, because I had put it down, ripped it out, or not ripped it out, but finished it off. And then I just had this hankering that I was going to do it. If somebody doesn't stop me from making blankets, I really don't know what's going to happen. I'm probably going to lose my mind. I don't normally make blankets. Like, I've made them before. I made 4 or 5 for Christmas one year in a row. One for each of our family members, and then mine never got finished because I was tired of doing them. So this year I wrote down my little goal list and said what I was going to do. And every time I turn around, I'm adding another blanket. I don't know what's wrong with me. And I'm not tired of making them. It's just I want to make something else. Somebody take my blanket patterns away from me, please.
Somebody tell her to stop. I've tried.
So the other day, while I was, the whole fiasco with trying to do the Which Way Filet, and I was working with a yarn that then turned out to say, big twist, to say don't put it in the dryer, and I knew it was going to be a big blanket and would be hard to dry, which somebody commented, and I'm going to try it, and said that they've never had that problem with big twist. So the scarf that I made, I'm going to do a test and see what happens. I'm going to run it through the washer, and I'm going to put it through the dryer on gentle tumble low, or tumble dry low, yeah, and see what happens to it, because if it gets messed up, I'll be okay. I mean, I won't cry. It's not that big a deal. So that way at least I'll know if it's just that one skein that I had a big twist, or if it's something that is always going to happen, because I've had several say they don't have that problem. So remember, after that, that was the Tessellated Hearts pattern I was working on with big twist. I had started with the pale yellow from Red Heart and was going to add the big twist. What is that? I can't remember what yellow it was.
Varsity yellow.
Varsity yellow in. And didn't like the way it looked, so I started another blanket and thought, well, I would use the Which Way Filet rectangle as a baby blanket. I finished it off as a baby blanket and everything. Started on the Tessellated Hearts. All these are by Fiber Spider. And started on that, and then realized that the big twist couldn't be dried, and thought, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this then. So I finished that off as a scarf, put it away. I didn't see that earlier when I was going through finished objects. I don't know where that's at. So I put it away and was going to just use it. I know where it's at. Sorry, squirrel. Was going to use it as a donation or a gift somewhere down the line, or something. I don't know. Fair object. I don't know. So then I went back and ripped out the last 2 or 3 rows. Well, I ended up ripping out 3, I think, of the Which Way Filet rectangle, because I messed up. I'd pulled the yarn on the next round, so I had to pull the border out and another row, 2 or 3. And I went back and I finished that. Like I said, it's finished. So then I have a nephew that's a great nephew that's coming in March. Yay. And I've been thinking about trying to do a blanket for him. And so I went to Walmart, and they had no Bernat blanket for boys. They had yellow, purple, pink, and a mixture of white and pink kind of stuff. I didn't want variegated, like not the variegated that has just little dots on it. I didn't want that. I wanted something else. So I picked up 2 rolls of Red Heart Super Saver Ombre. Hold on, I'll tell you. True Blue. This color. True Blue.
Pretty.
Yeah. And then I decided that I would go back. And I don't know if you can tell. Hopefully you can tell.
Yeah, you can see
I
it.
can't tell because of this crazy variegated yarn, which I should have known better. If you could tell if that is the heart pattern. That is the Tessellated heart pattern. I started this week. I'm about, I think, 16.5 inches in, and I'm almost finished with the one skein. And I have another one, and so I'll probably have to buy another one. But I was not about to buy another one, which makes no sense when you find out what other stuff I bought this week. I said I wasn't going to buy another one until I was ready to get to that point, because I'd already stacked up so much other yarn that, oh, I'm going to use that for that and that for that. Well, I haven't used that for that or that for that. I've used it for nothing. So I was determined I wasn't going to do that. But anyway, this is the blanket for our little great nephew that's coming, and I'm working on it, and I've got another one to put in it. Tell me what you all think about how it's transitioning. I know the variegated takes away from it, and that bothers me a little bit, but is it still okay, you think, the way it is? I had a much different vision in mind for what it would look like, but that's not what happened, and it is what it is because it's variegated, and So anyway, then we decided yesterday. I had a problem with an order that I had done for something else, and I had to switch it to a different town, and I had to end up being the one to go pick it up. So we decided that we would go on a trip. But first of all, I forgot you have a whip, don't you?
Yeah.
I forgot she has a whip.
I'm making a hanging potted houseplant. Ooh, it is not shaped right. By Stitch and Flick Crochet on YouTube, I think I'm saying it right. So I have the pot done, and then I got, 2 little vines done for it.
Kind of reminds me of String of Pearls.
So it'll look like this. Kinda.
So cute.
I love it.
She's in trouble. She come home and said she was making this, and she's making this for one of my best friends. And I wanted to make something like this last year for Christmas and didn't get around to it. And for a couple of Christmases, actually. And she didn't know that. And then she come home and said, I'm going to make this for so-and-so. I'm like, ah! So she's not in trouble. I'm just kidding. Super excited that she's doing it for her. She's going to love it. She's a huge plant fiend, and she will absolutely love it. So anyway, on our way up there, I said, well, there's an Ollies, in the Facebook group. I told you guys, oh boy. So let's start with books, and let's talk about the books that I got. So I really need to not buy books either, because that's just the way I am. I always end up buying more than I need. And I've bought anyway, I was looking for a journal that I could use. This says, Come Away, My Beloved Devotional Journal. And I had looked for one that I thought I would like, and this one has places inside that you can't see, but it has stuff, and it has places that you can write in it as well. And so I'm just looking to try and get myself back on track, and hopefully that will help me a little bit to do what I need to do in order to get myself back where I need to be.
That one.
Then they had books like this at Dollar Tree a while back, but they were bigger ones, the 8.5 by 11, and they were $5, and I just wasn't feeling it. And so then I found this one yesterday. It says, I Am With You Always, and it has the footprints in the sand, and it was $2.99. And I said, even in the store, I don't know why I buy these things. It's just a regular notebook. I mean, it's not anything fancy, but I have used it today to write down video ideas and things we're going to do. Again, it was more about just keeping my mind where it needed to be as I do things, and just reminding me to be grateful and to have a more positive attitude about things. And so that's why I did that. And then we have, that was from Ollies yesterday. And then we went back through the yarn department, and don't ask me why, but again, I said I wasn't adding yarn I wasn't using at the time until I was ready to use it. But then they had these, the amigurumis, and supposedly this little roll makes both of these little mermaids. Yeah, I believe when I see it. And I don't even know if that's what I'm going to do with it, because honestly, I don't want. These were $1.99, and I don't know why I even really bothered, because I know that I can't do the little tiny hook stuff. I do really like this yarn though, and I like the colors. I think it's really pretty, and that's a really decent price. It says retail $4.99 and on sale for $1.99. And they had a couple others. They had a skull, like a sugar skull, and what was the other one?
Angry Bird.
Yeah, an Angry Birds one. So those were the ones they had. And then they had Bernat, which I've never used this, but Bernat Premium was that $2.99? I thought it was $3.99. $2.99, and you all know why I bought this.
A green and sparkly.
It's Christmas Grinch green, and it's sparkly. So what am I going to do with it? I don't know. I almost walked away with more than one skein, but I just knew
this. And went, ooh,
this.
mine.
Yeah, she found it and said, "Ooh, look." It's funny because as we were pulling out yarn, we both pulled out the same skeins at the same time. We went, "Ooh, look!" and showed each other. We're like, "Oh my gosh!" So same kind of eye, I guess. But I really like this color, and so yep. And then I bought a Bernat. This says Taupe Heather. And I don't know why. I don't need any more brown, but I really like that color. I don't know what I'm going to do with it either, but I just think it's gorgeous. What else did I buy there? Anything else?
I bought a book to read. It has nothing to do with crochet. It's just a book to read.
Of course she bought a book to read. And then we have a happy mail. Kristen was at school one day, and I sent her a message and said, guess what came in the mail? So Rebecca from Yarn and Pajamas sent this to Kristen because she's a huge Halloween fan. And this is called Super Scary Crochet. And it has some really neat patterns in it. And
I'm so excited.
Yep, she's excited for that. And so thank you, Rebecca. We appreciate you so much. And yeah, so, and she said that she hopes that this is our cup of tea, and if it's not, that we can pass it along to somebody else. It's definitely up Kristen's alley, and she snatched it, and when I sent her a message at school, she was having a happy dance because she got it. So we appreciate you so much. We thank you and appreciate you thinking about Kristen for that, because that's right up her alley. It's her kind of thing. And I want to show that one. I don't know, but I like this one right here. Yeah.
No.
I can't show everything. Okay, so like, see if I can do it like this. See this little fella? I don't know if I'm the only one, but I really just think that he reminds me, and I know the whole thing about copyright stuff, and that's not what it is, but he reminds me of the evil monster off of Monsters Inc. Mm-hmm. And I just think he's so stinking cute. But anyway, that's what we got. That's our acquisitions, our finished objects, and I will try to put the Filet Crochet a better picture as the thumbnail, maybe. I don't know. You guys have seen it. You know what it looks like. I can't take a picture because it's so big, but it did turn out really pretty, and it's just a bigger version of the baby blanket I showed before, and I finished it. So we hope you have a great week. Don't forget to be kind, because you don't know anybody else's journey. And I all week long have fussed at myself for not getting more done, and for first of the week it was procrastination, just plain and simple. I had to work a little bit and I just didn't do it when I come home. And then later on the week I wasn't feeling well, and finally I decided, you know what, I just literally wasn't feeling it, and I'm not going to lie to you guys and try to get on there and for show just make a bunch of stuff to just be making it. I want to make things for a purpose, and I don't mind to make things to show you guys how it worked up and that kind of thing, but for the end game, I want to know that it's going to go to somebody, that I can donate it out or I can do something, and I didn't want to just throw anything together. So we try to be as real as possible. This is real this week. There's just not as much as we would have liked to have had, and is what it is. So we hope to have more next week, and that's life, and we all go through it. So we hope you have a great week. Be kind. You don't know the journey. Love you. Bye.